Hello YouTube, this is Duke the Porcupine, and today I bring you Week 3 of the LSBA. My battle this week is against Alex of the Seattle Staraptors. As you can see, neither of us has a full team of 6. This is because of an unfortunate DC. We agreed to recreate the battle as best as possible, and it made it easier that we both each lost 2 Mons by now. Anyway, my opponent's full team of 6 before the DC was Breloom, Pavilion, Aerodactyl, Uxie, Mega Charizard X, and Excadrill. I brought Heracross, Crawdaunt, Jolteon, Nidoking, Fortress, and Darmanitan. To sum it up real quick, Pavilion KO'd Darmanitan, and Mega Charizard KO'd Fortress. And for my team, Heracross KO'd Mega Charizard, and you're about to see Nidoking KO the Uxie, which happened right before the DC, which is why we have this little stalemate in the beginning. So anyway, getting into the battle, we need to get through the point where Uxie gets KO'd by Nidoking. He had Stealth Rocks up, which is why we're doing this. Uxie got Stealth Rocks up and then died. So, next turn, Uxie's going to go down. And he brings on Vivillon. Also in the battle, he had 50% HP and a sub up. So we're going to do a little more stalling here because we accidentally messed it up a little bit, but that's okay. So I need to break the sub. He needs to put me to sleep. He sets a sub up, and we're pretty much off where we left off in the DC. So he sets up a Quiver Dance. My guy's still asleep. Nidoking's still asleep, which is exactly how it went. Hurricane KO'd me. What I was hoping for was for Nidoking to get out of sleep maybe early. That way I could break the sub. Unfortunately, he had quite a few. He was tired, so he was taking a nap. And my next thought was, I brought Scarfed Jolteon, which sounds kind of crazy, but I really wanted to make sure to outspeed that Aerodactyl in case he brought a Scarf or anything like that. It'd come down to a speed tie then. But I really wanted to make sure to outspeed that Aerodactyl, or in case this thing's set up, I wanted to be able to outspeed it. So I brought a Scarf Jolteon. So let's continue seeing. So I do Thunderbolt, break the sub, and he decides to put me to sleep. Yay. So now I go, okay, he can do a couple things. He's probably going to set up another sub here. I can't risk him. I can't switch out into Crawdaunt because he will kill Crawdaunt. And that's one of my only chances of victory. Heracross would die to a Hurricane, so I can't risk him. Jolteon's the only one that could currently take a Hurricane. So I had to keep Jolteon in and hope to God that he would wake up soon. So he goes for a sub here and goes for another Quiver Dance. So I'm like, oh goodness, please wake up, please wake up, please wake up. I need you to wake up, Jolteon. Okay, Jolteon wakes up, sweet. So now I break the sub here, so thank goodness he's not behind a sub. So, at this point, as you can see, he goes for a Hurricane. My thought is, okay, Jolteon's dead. But Crawdaunt can do, I think it's like 70% damage with an Aqua Jet. So that'll take Pavilion out. Don't have to worry about it. And I get a little luck on my side. Misses the Hurricane, so thank goodness. Go for the Thunderbolt, take out the Pavilion. Damn that thing to hell, man. That thing kept trying to set up on me this whole time. He tried setting up earlier in the game too. He brings this thing in. Obviously, he's going to go for a Mach Punch. What I realize is, if I can get this thing dead, Jolteon can survive one more set of rocks before fainting. It does 12.5%. He has 13% life. So I decide to bring in Heracross, who can take a hit pretty easily, because the Mach Punch is pretty obvious at this point. So I bring him in. He's going to go for the Mach Punch here. That's kind of was obvious. Now, here I go. What can I do? I could go for the Mega Horn, which would easily kill this thing, but has a chance to miss, and is also resisted by his other 2 Pokemon. I can go for a Close Combat, which would also KO Breloom, and also KO Excadrill, but would do pitiful damage against Aerodactyl, and Aerodactyl would outspeed me anyway. So I go for the Close Combat on the predicted switch here, and worked out in my favor. So took out Excadrill. Obviously my defenses are going to go down. Actually, probably would have done good damage to Aerodactyl, but not enough to take it out. So I realize I'm not gonna be able to outspeed him. So I sack this thing off. It's done its point. It's taken things out. So at this point, I realize my only hope is for Crawdaunt to get a miracle sweep here. So I bring in Crawdaunt because I know he can take one hit from this Aerodactyl. So I set up, he hits me with an Aerial Ace. I set up a D-Dance because it's my only hope at this point. And Aqua Jet away, take out the Aerodactyl. And at this point I realize it's GG. I think you'll see me say it in the chat real quick, and it's Mach Punch will take me out pretty easily. Doesn't matter. Aqua Jet's not going to take him out. My only hope would have been to go for a Waterfall, but clearly a Mach Punch would have taken me out, and Jolteon has 1% life left or so. So I'm going to bring in Jolteon, and he is going to Mach Punch to not risk losing Breloom to a T-Bolt or anything like that. So that's game. It's a 1-0, Alex's favor, so it's a nice close game. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to bounce back next week with a W. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.